Hello, this is the daily COVID update from Deccan Herald. I'm Suraksha.
I'm Akil.
On the bulletin today, Karnataka reports 28 new cases, a further drop since yesterday. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announces measures for migrant workers as part of the 20 lakh crore economic package, and chaos greets the first set of train passengers who arrived in Bengaluru from New Delhi. But first, a look at the daily figures with Akhil.
As we go into this recording, the country has reported over 81,000 cases since January. More than 51,000 people are active carriers of the virus in the country. Over 27,000 patients have recovered since they first tested, and the country has registered 2,644 COVID-related deaths so far. ICMR has tested more than 92,000 samples for the novel coronavirus in the last 24 hours and has conducted more than 19 lakh tests so far. Moving on now, a quick look at how the states did today. There's no letdown in Maharashtra. The state recorded 1,602 new cases and 44 deaths today. The state has more than 20,000 active patients. At 447 new cases, Tamil Nadu has seen numbers drop for the second consecutive day. Delhi also recorded its highest single-day spike with 472 cases. While no new deaths were reported, the death toll was updated taking into account earlier deaths. Gujarat has reported 325 new cases and has over 5,000 active cases.
28 new cases have been reported from Karnataka today, of which 8 have a domestic travel history to Mumbai and Ahmedabad. 4 are from containment zones and 1 has presented with influenza-like illness. The rest are contacts of previously diagnosed patients. Bidar has reported 7 cases today, of which 3 are from containment wards, 1 has a travel history to Mumbai, and the rest are contacts of a previously diagnosed patient. Mandya and Bengaluru have reported 5 cases each. 4 patients in Mandya have a travel history to Mumbai, and the rest from both cities are direct contacts of other patients. Gadag has reported 4 cases, all of whom have a travel history to Ahmedabad. Davangere has reported 3 cases, of whom 1 is from a containment ward. 1 has influenza-like illness and 1 is a contact of previously diagnosed patient. 2 patients from Kalburgi are direct contacts of previously diagnosed patients. And Belagavi and Bagalkot have reported 1 case each. Both have a domestic travel history. 2 deaths were reported today. Patient 507, an 89-year-old woman from Dakshina Kannada. She had been admitted due to a stroke and she tested positive for COVID-19. She died due to septic shock. Patient 796, a 60-year-old man from Anantapur in Andhra Pradesh, was admitted at a COVID hospital in Bengaluru with severe pneumonia, respiratory distress and hypertension. He died due to cardiac arrest. With this, the state has reported 987 cases in total. There are 491 active cases, 9 of whom are in the ICU. 460 patients have recovered while 35 have died. The state has tested more than 7,000 samples in the last 24 hours. Finance
Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced the second part of the 20 lakh crore economic package today. The announcement focused on migrant workers, street vendors, small farmers and shopkeepers. The government will implement One Nation, One Ration card by August, which is aimed at allowing migrants to receive food grains from any fair price shop in the country. Free food grain will be supplied for the migrants for the next 2 months. Those without a ration card are also entitled to supplies, while the center will bear the expense. The responsibility of distribution rests with the state governments. 50 lakh street vendors will be provided access to a special credit facility of 5,000 rupees. The scheme will be implemented within a month. For detailed analysis, log on to our website at deccanherald.com. Meanwhile, under attack from the opposition over the migrant workers crisis, Prime Minister Narendra Modi allocated 1,000 crore rupees from the PM CARES fund for providing medical care and making travel arrangements for the laborers. The allocation of 1,000 crore rupees for migrant workers would be made to state governments and union territories on the basis of the 2011 census. However, all of these efforts, as necessary as they are, might have come too late as migrant workers continue to head back home in a way they can at great risk to their own lives. 6 migrant workers walking along the Muzaffarnagar-Saharanpur highway have been killed after a speeding bus ran them over. In Madhya Pradesh, 8 laborers have died and around 50 were injured after the truck they were traveling on collided with a bus. All of the 8 killed laborers are going to their native places in Uttar Pradesh from Maharashtra. In Bihar, meantime, 2 migrant workers were killed and 12 injured in a road accident. The bus was carrying 32 migrant laborers and was going from Muzaffarpur to Katihar. Migrant workers returning home by both domestic and international travel will have to undergo RT-PCR based pool sampling to determine the prevalence of COVID-19. In pool testing, blood samples from many individuals is tested as one specimen. If the specimen is negative, it results in cost savings. However, if the specimen is positive, individual testing is carried out for that pool. The test will be conducted at all institutional quarantine centers, receiving travelers, and at other facilities or hotels earmarked for quarantine. The center has also asked health authorities to conduct similar tests for surveillance purposes in green zones and districts that have not yet reported a COVID-19 case for the past 21 days.
In news from Karnataka, the first special train from New Delhi arrived in Bengaluru this morning, and despite having had 2 days to plan, there was absolute chaos at the station. Passengers said that they were informed about mandatory institutional quarantine only after they had boarded the train, and the hotel tariff of $750 per day was far too high for many. Several passengers chanted home quarantine in response to the options available to them. Nearly 800 passengers of the 900 who travelled on the train have agreed to institutional quarantine, as have 30 of those who were demanding home quarantine. The rest have asked to be sent back to Delhi, and according to S. Suresh Kumar, the official spokesperson for COVID-19 matters in Karnataka, a special bogie is being arranged to take them back. According to sources in the railways, quarantine is a state responsibility. Staying with Bengaluru, plans to conduct mass testing of more than 7,000 households at Padarayanapura are proceeding slowly, following unrest yesterday. Just 11 people were tested today, and testing the zone may take as many as 16 days to complete. Residents of the neighbouring ward, Rayapuram, which is a green zone, had objected to the use of a fever hospital in the area to conduct these tests. Health officials have now deployed a mobile fever clinic bus outside JJ Nagar police station. According to BBMP officials, 2 more testing kiosks will be placed at the JJ Nagar hospital. Padarayanapura is among 21 wards in the city which have a containment zone. As of Thursday afternoon, 54 out of 189 cases reported in Bengaluru have come from Padarayanapura. Fears of community transmission have increased after 7 people tested positive in a round of random testing. These cases had not been in contact with previously diagnosed patients. Moving on, a letter by Congress leaders CM Abraham and Abdul Jabbar to the Chief Minister seeking permission to permit Eid prayers in mosques and Eidgahs has faced criticism on social media. Several people have accused the leaders of risking public health by seeking permission for public congregation amid the pandemic. At present, owing to the lockdown, the state government has prohibited congregations in mosques, requesting the community to pray at homes during the month of Ramzan. In other news, the Karnataka government released 2 crore rupees to the prisons department to purchase essential equipment to fight the spread of COVID-19. The Director General of Police Prisons, Karnataka, had written to the state government seeking funds to equip the jails to fight the COVID-19 outbreak. The letter highlighted that several under-trials are sent to judicial custody on a daily basis, and stressed on the need for testing such under-trials. Following the proposal, the state government on Wednesday released 2 crore rupees for purchase of PPEs for medical personnel at the jail hospitals. Wardens and other staffers at prisons will make use of this. Further, the government has directed prison officials that the sanctioned amount shall be used only for COVID-19 related purposes. Before we go, the Bengaluru station of the All India Radio is mining its archives during the lockdown and is posting interviews of all-time greats on its YouTube channel. The interviews date back to 1971 and feature many stalwarts who are no more. Writers interviewed including Bendre, Kuvempu, Devanuru Mahadeva, U.R. Anantamurthy, P. Lankesh and R.K. Lakshman, among many others. Among the film personalities featured are director Puttana Kanagal and the legendary actor Dr. Rajkumar. The interactions go back to the pre-TV era when radio used to be the only means of entertainment. Check out the videos in the link given in the description below. That's all from Suraksha Made today. For the latest updates, log on to DeccanHerald.com. Stay safe and we'll see you tomorrow.